Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video day. And today, the Houston Astros have beat the San Diego Padres 3-2. Great win for the Astros. Great pitching in this game against this Padres team again, limiting them to 2 runs. Unbelievable. I know Xander Bogaerts had the day off today, did have a pinch hit at bat, but still, really good day for this Astros pitching with Wisniewski on the mound. Taylor Scott, who's struggling as of recently, go out there, pitch 2 innings today, and Josh Hader and Brian Abreu in the 8th and 9th, and the Astros to go out there and do what they did today, pitching-wise, with the offense not backing them up that much in this game. Great win for the Astros, and for the first time this season, the Astros have won back-to-back games. And the Astros are now back at 500 for the first time. Let's see. Well, the Astros were 2-1 after their first series, and then they lost their next couple games after that. They lost, because they got swept by the Giants, so they went from 2-1 to being 2-4. So last time they had a record of 500 was when they were 2-2, back at 500 for the first time since being 2-2 at 10-10. Here's the thing I will say: you think the Astros got a slow start off this year, being 10-10? What was the Astros record through 20 games last year? The first 20 games last year, 6-14. So much better record. Okay, maybe offensively, you could say this offense last year around this time was maybe a little bit better than this year, at least with scoring runs. But record-wise, pitching-wise, this team is 10 times better than they were last year, especially with the pitching. And the pitching was not this good 20 games in last year. But yeah. So 3-2's final score, 7 hits for both teams, no errors. Win goes to Taylor Scott. It's good to see him get a win and go multiple innings after some of the early struggles we've seen from Taylor Scott this year. This is the Taylor Scott we all loved and saw last year. And if he's going to start pitching like this, it's going to be fun to watch. And for him going out there and having a game like we saw him pitch last year against this Padres team, who is one of the best hitting teams in baseball, I think that's really impressive. Taylor Scott, 2 innings, 1 strikeout, which it's not. I know 1 strikeout in 2 innings doesn't sound very great, but it's this Padres team who doesn't strike out a lot at all. Bottom of base, they're in the top of baseball, not striking out. But didn't give up any hits. No base runners at all for Taylor Scott in his 2 innings. Loss goes to Estrada. He did give up a earned run. It wasn't the home run to Walker. It was the infield single. They called it an infield single for Isaac Perez, but I don't know why they called it an infield single. To me it looked like a regular single, but to the RBI single for Isaac, that was the earned run that Estrada gave up, and that's how he got the loss. And he's 0-1 of the year now. Save goes to Josh Hader. Josh Hader got close to giving up his first earned run since the first game of the season, but did give up a leadoff double, but then bounced back from that, gave up 3 contact. His next 3 outs were contact outs, and the Astros were able to get a win due to Josh Hader's 6th save of the season. Scoring summary: Tatis hit 1 yard in the 3rd inning. Home run 1-0. Machado RBI double 2-0. This is where it starts to not look good for this Astros team because when you've seen them in the past coming off a win and they fall behind early, it's not been a good thing so far for this team, especially the fact that they have not won back-to-back games this season. But that changed today. Christian Walker, home run to left, 372 feet. Pareja scored. It's 2-2. Funny thing is, when Christian Walker hit the home run right before, I was just picturing Todd Callis, the Astros. I was picturing Todd Callis, in my head, his voice saying, "That ball's out of here," and I was thinking about it as Walker was going out to bat. I was thinking about it, how I said to, weirdly talked to myself. I said to myself, Christian Walker, I was thinking, it was when he had his first home run, it was the 7th game of the season. I was like, it's been 12 or 13 games since he's hit a home run. He's due. I mean, he's not going to, I was like, he's not going to hit one right now, but that would be amazing. That would be awesome. And when when he hit it and he sent it out 372 feet, his first home run at Dyken Park, second as an Astro. I went crazy because I was like, did I just speak that into existence? But 2-2 after that, and then Isak gave the Astros the lead. But yeah, so great win for the Astros. I mean, offensively, this wasn't that much of a good performance. I think pitching is what won the Astros game. Won them this game. Obviously, the late offense is what would help them. But three. We're not bragging about a win when the offense scored 3 runs. This is what I'm bragging about with what this Astros team did today was the pitching. That is what helped them win this game. That's the main reason they won this game. So yeah. And then the other thing I'll say is that this Astros offense continues to really struggle on the day of Saturday. Now, funny enough, the Astros so far are 2-2 on Saturdays, but the Astros in their 4 games on Saturday, and they've played 4 games on Saturday. 3 of them are at home, 1 of them on the road. 1 was in Minnesota. The 3 others were against the Angels, the Padres today, and then the Mets. And the Astros have only scored 7 runs this year on the road. Only 7 runs this year in the 4 Saturday games the Astros have played, but still have 2 wins. And those 2 wins are because of the Astros' amazing pitching that they saw in the opening series against the Mets, and then today. So only 7. That's nuts. Only 7 runs in 4 games on Saturday, but still 2 wins. But yeah. All right, let's go over some individual hitting. Altuve 0 for 4 today. He's had a couple of really good games the last couple of games, so it's not surprising to see him have an off day. But I think what's great is that Altuve can have a struggling day like this, and the Astros offense can still get 7 hits and get the win, even though Jose went 0 for 4. It's back-to-back Saturdays for Jose going 0 for 4. Isak Paredes 2 for 3, single to center in the first inning. 3rd inning struck out, 6th inning walk, infield single in the 7th inning. Isak was due for a day like this. He's been struggling recently ever since the Astros left Houston to go to St. Louis. He was due for a day like this. Yordan Alvarez 1 for 3. He started off with a ground rule double, crushed it. Unfortunately, this could have put the Astros on the board in the first inning. It really could have. Isak probably would have been able to score if the ball didn't go out and would have been a ground rule double, but it did go out, and Isak got stuck at third. In the 3rd inning, Michael King was a little bit scared to face against Yordan. 4-pitch walk for Yordan. And then he had some nice contact in the 6th and 7th inning, fly out to right and fly out to left for Yordan Alvarez in the 6th and 7th inning. I mean, better day for Yordan today than it was yesterday, I'll say that. Christian Walker 1 for 4, struck out swinging, fell to first. Home run to left, 372 feet. Paredes scored. He was the reason the Astros won this ball game. I mean, pitching was what kept them alive, but the Astros don't win the game if it's not for Christian Walker's big swing in the 6th inning. It was unbelievable. Fly out to center in the 8th for Christian. Yainer Diaz 0 for 4. We saw last 2 Fridays, Yainer Diaz killing it on Fridays. We saw the grand slam and the RBI double last Friday, and then the next day against the Angels on Saturday, Yainer Diaz was terrible. Yesterday we saw 2 hits for Yainer and RBI. Today, 0 for 4 for Yainer Diaz at the DH position. Victor Caratini 1 for 3. Good day for him. Double to right in the 2nd inning. The Astros weren't able to score a run in that inning, but he did score a run in the 7th inning when he walked. And then when Isak hit the RBI single, he was able to score, and that was it for him. Look, I'm glad that Caratini had a good day today. He proved me wrong. I wasn't really too happy about him being in the lineup. Nothing against Victor. I just thought Brendan Rodgers had a grand slam off of Michael King, and I kind of wanted to see him in the lineup because he had a grand slam off of King. But good decision by Joe Espada to have Caratini in the lineup today. Jake Myers 0 for 3. I'm not surprised Jake struggled after going 3 for 4 yesterday. This is the 2nd time in a row Jake Myers has a 0 for day where, when he's coming off where he's coming off the 3-hit game. He went 3 for 4 for the Astros in their loss. In their win on their win on Tuesday, he went 3 for 4, and then when the Astros lost Wednesday, he went like 0 for 3 or 0 for 4. And then obviously yesterday the Astros, Jake Myers had 3 hits. Then today 0 for 3. So the last 4 games for Jake, it's been a mix of 3 hits, no hits, 3 hits, no hits. Does that mean Jake Myers is going to get 3 hits tomorrow? I don't know. We'll see. Cam Smith went 1 for 3 today after the 2 home runs yesterday. Nothing crazy today, single to right, but this was able to move Victor Caratini to second base, which Isak was able to bring him in. So that was a big single for Cam Smith, going 1 for 3 today. Hayden Wesneski didn't get the win, but didn't get the loss either. Christian Walker's home run did save Wesneski from getting the loss. Obviously it didn't help him get the win, but because Taylor Scott got that, but the no decision for Wesneski. I mean, I thought it was a good outing. 5 innings, got 4 strikeouts against a team that does not strike out often. Only gave up 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk in those 5 innings. I was proud of the way he pitched today. Taylor Scott, however, went over what he did. He looked good in his 2 innings. Brandon Abreu looked good in the 8th inning. Gave up 1 walk, but that was it. Had to strike out. Got the inning done in 15 pitches. Looked solid. Josh Hader looked good in the 9th. And that's it for the Astros, getting their back-to-back win for the first time this season. So proud of this team getting the win today. 10-10, 6-5 at home. Let me know your thoughts. 2-2 on Saturdays, even though they've only scored 7 runs on Saturday. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out. Go Astros.